Hey everyone, welcome to XYZ Axis. In today's video, we'll be modeling a simple gift box. We'll start modeling with the default cube. Tab key to go into edit mode. With Control and the R key, activate the loop tool, then left click to add a loop cut around the box and move it upwards where you think it should be fine. Make sure face selection mode is enabled. Select all of these faces with the option and a left mouse click. Shift select the top face as well. Press Option and E or Alt and E if you are on Windows. From the Extrude menu, select Extrude Faces along normals. Press the S key to make sure the thickness is constant. You can hold Shift for more precise control. With Control and R, add a loop cut in the middle. Make it separate by pressing the P, and choose Separate by selection. Toggle the sidebar on with N. Change the X-axis value as desired to move the edge loop to the right. Shift D to duplicate. For this edge, change the value of the X-axis to negative, so the space between these edge loops is equal. Select both of these edges and scale it up slightly. Now select these vertices and merge them together at the center with M, and from the Merge menu choose at Center. Select All with A, and from the Edge menu at the top, select Bridge Edge Loops. This will connect two or more selected edge loops by a bridge of faces. Hold the Shift key and select these edges. Press Ctrl and B to bevel, and with the middle mouse button, add a few segments. Again select all faces with A. Press Option followed by E, and select Extrude Faces along normals. Holding the Shift key gives more precise control when moving or resizing objects. To activate X-ray mode, press Option followed by the Z key. Option and Shift select the outer edges of a ribbon tie. Now bevel it with the Control and the B key. Add a subdivision surface modifier for a smoother appearance. Tab into Object mode, right-click, and shade it smooth. Duplicate the ribbon tie with Shift and D, and rotate it 90 degrees along the Z-axis. Shift Ctrl and B activates the bool tool. If it isn't enabled, go to Edit at the top left corner, select Preferences, and enable the bool tool add-on first. From the Boolean menu, select Union. This manages to combine the objects you select. Select Auto Smooth under Normals in Object Data Properties. Shift A and from Add menu select Plane. Tab into Edit mode, G to move, and then Z to lock it in the Z-axis. Move it upward to place it on top of the gift box. Scale it down like so. With Ctrl and R, add a few edge loops. Now select all with A and extrude. Again select all, Ctrl B to bevel. And add a subdivision surface modifier. Tab back to Object Mode, right-click, and shade it smooth. Re-enter Edit mode and make any necessary adjustments to these vertices. Select all with A, Shift D to duplicate, and rotate it 90 degrees along the Z-axis. With Shift and A, add a plane to the viewport from the Add menu. Place it on top of the gift box with G and Z. Scale it down along the X and Y axis in the top orthographic view. Add a loop cut in the middle with Ctrl and R. Scale it down like so, with S, followed by X. Select these vertices, X, and delete. There are many ways to model the bow. Here, I extrude these vertices a few times. Enable proportional editing up in the top menu, or by pushing O on the keyboard. Scale the selected vertices along the X-axis, and adjust the shape with the middle mouse scroll wheel. Select all with A and choose Extrude Faces along Normals from the Extrude menu. Reposition it with G, followed by Z, and move it upwards. Also add a subdivision surface modifier and shade it smooth. Tab into Edit mode, and in top orthographic view, change the pivot point to the 3D cursor with the period key on the keyboard. Shift and D to duplicate, then R, Z, 90 to rotate along the Z-axis 90 degrees, and return to confirm. Shift and R twice to repeat 2 more times. Now this time, rotate 45 degrees along the Z-axis with R, Z, and 45. Add a UV sphere to the viewport from the Add menu. Tab into Edit mode, and move it upwards. Change the pivot point to the median, scale it down, and place it on top. Add a subdivision surface modifier and also shade it smooth. Finally, add a bevel modifier to the box. Increment the number of segments to 2 or 3, and shade it smooth as well. That's all from the video. Thanks for watching.